Hi. I promised you at least a couple of looks with the Profusion Holiday 2017 Sultry palette, and that's what I'm doing for you again today. So after doing it for 3 days and trying 3 different looks, as far as I'm concerned, the jury is in, and I'm very happy with this palette. I will continue to use it. The only issue I have with it, if there is any issue at all, is that it's a little bit limiting in terms of what other colors you can use aside from those sultry colors. But then again, that's what you're buying. You're buying a sultry palette. So it's great. Yes, you can use, and I've tried. Today's look is a very, very simple look with just plain eye. Okay, in today's look, the eyelid was done with, first I put in just this Ideal, which is a very simple, basic color that's almost flesh color, or essentially flesh color. And the reason I did that was I was not making that my focus today. I was not doing my typical white or something that would really pop. I wanted to do as natural an eye as I could with this. Once again, for the transition, I started with the Wonder. I added the Ecstatic to it. And then I took a little bit of the Ideal mixed with the Ecstatic as I got up closer to the brow area. And I wanted to make it very, very simple. I did no pencil line, I did no gel line or anything like that. All I did was take a little bit of this Risky color again, and I put that down at the very base of my top lashes, and I did a little bit of that color across the bottom. So that's the look today. I like it a lot. I really like it a lot. And once again, don't forget this really great brush that came with it. I'm liking this brush a lot, and I suspect I'm going to be using it with a lot of my palettes because it's really nice. It's a substantial brush, and I love having it to be able to do most of the look without using a dozen different brushes, and I tend to use a lot of brushes. I did add my Real Techniques smudge brush, and that's the very short brush. You can see the color that I did. I did the transition color and then the brown, and I smudged that under my eyes. And I did put my highlight at the top is from my NYX pencil, which is a very well-loved pencil. Almost all the writing is off at this point. The only writing that still is there is the recycle thing, and that surprises me. Never thought of recycling this stuff. So I did this as my highlight kind of color right under the brow. And yeah, I did do my brows for a minute. I thought I forgot. Did my brows with the other end of this. And again, this is the NYX pencil. I'm pretty sure it was a neutral color. I can't read it anymore because it's gone. Kind of a taupey looking color. You can kind of see it on the rim color right here. So that's the story on that. For the cheeks today, again, trying to stay with these palettes, I did go with the bronzer. I will tell you the truth. For the bronzer, and I knew this going into it, that was not likely to have the impact that I was looking for. Yes, I used it. I used this color, and there's a lot of kickback on this one, so tap it off well. Otherwise, it's going to be flying in the air all around you. So this, I did the lighter one. Then I went in at first with the pink because I thought I was going for a different look originally. So believe it or not, I added a little bit of the bloom, but I did it lightly once I chose my lipstick color. For the highlight today, and I'm liking these Strobe and Glow highlights a lot, I did the Sugar Crush. So that is the white with a little bit of glimmer in it, but it's more subtle. And I really am enjoying that subtle look today. I'm noticing that it's looking a little bit as if there's some color in here. I really should touch that up. I didn't notice that. It's another dismal day here, so it's kind of hard to see some of this stuff. But that's what I did. I'm going to be using this palette a lot, I can tell already. And I'm happy with it, and I'm loving the brush that came with it. For the rest of today's look, for foundation, I decided to go back in and try the Josie Maran Vibrancy again, and it's okay. It is far from my favorite. This one is called Electric, and it's G35, the color that I'm using. Oh God, I have to do my nails. Forgive me. So that was what I used today. I usually use the ones that are far better in my book for the for aging skin, but it's still a nice and decent look. I have no complaints about it. What I'm absolutely loving, and every time I get away from it, I have to come back to it because I love it so much, is my Miraness Brush on Fibers Instant Lash Transplant Volumizing. First of all, aside from the fact that I love the way it looks, taking it off at night is a pleasure. It is absolutely a pleasure because it just comes off with warm water, and the little little tubes come right off. But take a look at this up close. Gives me a really, really nice look. Ooh, I think that's too much of me. I think you really don't need to see me that up close and personal. Now, what else can I tell you that I did? I don't think there was much of anything else in today's look. That is essentially it. Now, I'm just using my own hair at this moment to show you because I want to show it to you this way and then putting one of my wigs on so you can see the difference. And again, I can get away with my hair sometimes. Definitely time for a haircut, and I need to call and schedule an appointment, but I wear my own hair so infrequently these days that it's not as important to me as it had been before. Okay, I'm very, very excited, having nothing to do with makeup. Last night, I bit the bullet and I ordered another wig that I have been wanting, really, really wanting, but I was staying away from it because I had done all these other things. But my wigs have given me so much freedom and make me so happy, and I just love the way I look. I feel like it makes me look younger. I feel like it makes me look vibrant. And even if it doesn't per se, just feeling as if it does makes it do it. It just is part of the package. So I will come back in just a minute with one of the wigs on. I don't even know which one today because a few of them need to be washed at this point. So I'll be back in a minute. You tell me which one you like better, my own hair or my wonderful faux. See you in a minute. Okay, back with Miss Soft and Subtle by Gabor in the shadow shade of Sun-Kissed Beige. And I love it this way. It makes me feel as if I look younger. You tell me if you see that or if it's just something in my own perception. But I feel that way. It feels a little bit more glamorous to me, a little bit more youthful, and I just really like it. There were a couple of things that I forgot to mention before, so I will add it now. The only other two things I did on my eye makeup look was I used my NYX Slide On Glide On pencil in my waterline in the shade Bronze to go with the, that simple kind of sultry orangey look. And for the top, again, the NYX Slide On Glide On. These are my favorite pencils. They just slide on, glide on. They really do, and I tight lined with that. So those are the only other two things for that. And for the lips, I know you always ask about that. I used my Jordana Terra Kiss as the line, sort of in the brownie tones, and I wasn't sure exactly what kind of a gradient I was going for today. I wound up with, again, these are the Wet n Wild lipsticks. I don't like them. I'll tell you the color in case you want to look at it so you can figure out a color to go with. It's called 917B, and it's called Cinnamon Spice. This is the color. So I did that at the outer edges. Then surprisingly, I added my, I think it's Milani, yeah, Milani 52 Coral Addict. And that is this one. And in the center, this time, oh, I don't have that one in front of me. It was the 805 in the L'Oreal, and that's the one that I told you I absolutely love the smell of, and that was in the center. So those are the only additional things I have to tell you about today's look. I'm not going to do any more of the looks per se on this Profusion Sultry palette, but when I use it, I will let you know what I'm using on that particular day. So I think you have enough information now to see if it's something that is of any interest to you or not, and it's fine either way, but I wanted to give it a realistic shot to see how I felt about it. And by the way, and I've mentioned this before, there is no question that it wears extremely well and extremely long. When I put this on first thing in the morning, it is still on when I take my makeup off at night. Sometimes I hate to take the makeup off because it's still looking great, but it is what it is, so I have to do that. If you have any questions about it, holler. If you have any suggestions for anything else to do in terms of a video, let me know. And yes, I will try to give prices on the things when I am able to. Some of this stuff I bought a while ago, so I don't even remember what I paid for it. But that's my story for today.